Hey guys, on May the 15th, 2018, Educate the Public got arrested for refusing to suck a cop's dick. Now, let's be clear here. In this instance, we are talking metaphorically, but this is not beyond the realm of imagination because in the past before, people have been ordered to suck a cop's dick. Makes you wonder if, since this law was misapplied in this case, it couldn't also be misapplied for people refusing to do that in that same way. When I say he refused to suck the cop's dick, I mean to say he refused the unlawful orders from the officer to leave the area and to stop photographing the courthouse. Now, let me remind you about what courthouse we're talking about here. This is the courthouse that Pinnack News had an issue with in 2015 when the Chief Justice of the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals made a judicial order banning photography outside of the Duval County Courthouse from a public sidewalk. There was a huge public outrage. This went national media. They talked about it on CNN and Fox News. Legal analysts came up. They all opposed this, talked about what a violation of rights this is, and eventually in July, bowing to public pressure, the judge rescinded that order. You can see that here. Right here is their order, 2015-04, and on July 15th, there's the rescission of Administrative Order 2015-4, Courthouse Security Photography on the Courthouse Grounds. So that has been rescinded. As a matter of fact, you can look, if you click it, there's the order. It's gone. It's been erased. It's no longer there. They were extremely embarrassed about this, and this was something, like I said, that Pinnack News was greatly involved with, and they had arrested a couple of our photographers from Pinnack News. So you can find this here by looking that up on the internet if you want. You can read the whole story there. In this case, Jeff, I'll just use his first name for Educate the Public so that the trolls don't need to have the additional information about his full name. Of course, they can find it out for themselves if they want, but why make it easier for them? They can go do all their own hard work if they want to mess with him that badly. Anyway, he was out there on the public sidewalk on his way to an informational meeting with a civil rights lawyer. They were going to have free questions for everybody to ask the civil rights attorneys. And on his way, he was recording the courthouse, which is his right to do, on a public sidewalk. And as he was walking by the parking area with the garage door open and two sheriffs standing outside, he panned his camera over into the parking structure, at which case the two officers went bananas, attacked him, pushed him down the sidewalk, told him he can't photograph down there. Obviously, they did not receive the memo from 3 years ago saying that, hey, it's all okay now, it's been rescinded, it's done. So he asked to speak to a supervisor, at which point the supervisor came out and he approached them, and they immediately placed him under arrest. They arrested him for resisting opposing a police officer. In other words, not doing what you're told by the cop. So I guess that just covers just about everything, including sucking their dick. So if they tell you you can't photograph from public, I guess you can't photograph from public. If they tell you you have to leave a public sidewalk, I guess you have to leave a public sidewalk. I guess if they tell you to stand on your head, you better stand on your head or you're going to jail. What is it that cops think that they're not allowed to tell you to do anymore? Anyway, let me play the video for you. Take a look. We'll be back.
This is the Jacksonville, the Duval County courthouse. It's a lot of money they put into this place.
So you can videotape it, just not in there.
Not in there? Why? What's wrong? He said not in there?
Not in there,
what does
sir.
that mean?
Step that
I
way,
have
sir.
to do what he said?
Step that way.
What are you doing? Why are you touching me? Why
Step
did you
that way
assault me?
before
Why are you assaulting me?
cannot videotape it. Step
Why
that way.
can't you videotape in there? What's wrong with it?
Talking about that. You can videotape in camera.
You can't? What?
Step
Tell me
around,
what?
sir. Step around there.
Y'all see this? These people are just crazy. They will learn, though. They're going to learn. Hey, officers, I need your name and badge numbers.
I already called my sergeant down here at this hospital.
Okay, great. Great.
You already spoke to him already before.
Who is that?
The
Who is that?
sergeant?
I'm not sure. Perhaps I'll probably talk to a lot of them.
We've already discussed this with you.
We
about your
probably
video
did.
camera. You don't
Step over that way.
You can videotape
Until he gets here, step
What's your name? CL Jenkins.
Yes,
ID
sir.
number. What's your?
Step over
Hey,
that
I'm
way,
on
sir.
I'm on a public sidewalk. You
Step
don't
over that
tell
way.
me what to do.
Step over that
You-
way. Thank you, sir.
No, I'm not going to. Do what you want to do.
Step over that way, sir.
Sir,
Please.
Why are you touching me?
I would advise you to do what the officer said. because
Why?
you already done
Who is
told
he?
me
Who is the
you cannot
officer?
videotape
He
it.
can't. Hey, he can't enforce his will. He has to enforce the
I
law.
already told you cannot videotape
I
it.
understand what you told me, but you're wrong, buddy. You are so wrong.
You know what?
Yeah.
You got
What?
sir. I'm trying not to put you in jail.
You're trying not to put me in jail. Then why you assaulting me and telling me I got to do
pushing the
something I
envelope.
know I have the right to do?
We told you now. You got about 5 seconds to move down that way
There's
before you go to
parking all
jail for
around the
resisting
courthouse. You
opposing
can find a
officer.
meter.
Take your pick.
Resisting it or
Yes,
an
sir.
opposing-
Take your pick.
I thought you said your sergeant was on his way. Huh?
Take your pick. Sir.
Hey, what's your ID number? What's your ID number? I need his ID number. Yeah, resisting what? For real. These cops here in Jacksonville are so out of control. They violate everyone's rights like this. And to be honest, I wasn't going to move forward with the federal cases because it's not about the money, it's about exposing these. They want to wear a costume and impose their damn will instead of impose their will on everybody because they got a uniform and a badge on instead of enforcing actual law. But that's the reason I'm going to the federal courthouse this morning. Learn a little bit more about the federal procedure and for filing my Title 42 1983. I've got 4 of them as we speak. I'm going to file, and I imagine there's more to come. These guys won't learn till you hit them in the pocketbook. That's the sergeant right there, and yes, I did speak with him in the past. Morning, Joe.
Sir, you can't videotape me now.
All right, let me talk to the sergeant.
Put your hands behind your back, sir.
You want to go ahead and talk. Y'all making a big mistake. Interfere with our work state. I didn't interfere with anything. You interfered with my investigation. Oh, now you're going to turn my phone off too? That's
So, as you can see on the video, at no time did Jeff ever leave the public sidewalk. All he was doing was filming from public what he can see from public, which is perfectly lawful in all 50 states. Wherever you go, it is a constitutionally protected activity. They cannot order him to stop, and they cannot order him to leave. Those are unlawful orders. And in Florida, you are allowed to resist unlawful orders. That is not illegal. So let's go to the relevant court. This is what he was charged with. 843.02. resisting an officer without violence. Basically, it's whatever they tell you to do as long as it's a lawful order and you don't do it, then you are resisting the officer or obstructing justice. They can title it several different ways. Now let's go to what is their required proof. What is the things that would be shown in a jury trial that the jury instructions would say? What they have to prove that is he resisted, obstructed, or opposed a law enforcement officer. Well, sure, he did. He refused an unlawful order to leave a public sidewalk or to stop filming from a place that he had a right to film. Now that brings us to point 2. At the time, the officer was engaged in the execution of legal process or the lawful execution of a legal duty. It is not his legal duty to stop a photographer from photographing in public. And this is where educate the public is going to win, because they had absolutely no more legal justification to order him to stop filming from a public sidewalk than they did to order him to suck his dick. So, I've put the phone number for the Jacksonville Sheriff office in the description below. If you would like to petition your government for redress of grievances, go ahead and give them a call and tell them what you think of an order to stop filming from public. Thank you.